Welcome back. It's the Sports Zone. I'm Scott Hapley, Director of Athletics for Wichita Falls ISD, and today we're going to spend some time with Rider football. I have got Coach Marc Bindel, I've got Mekhi Robinson, and I've got Luke Gambs. Welcome, guys. I appreciate your time today.
Yes, sir. Thank you for letting us come here.
Mekhi, let's start with you. 2-year starter.
Yes, sir.
Offensive guard. Offensive lineman.
Yes, sir.
My favorite position in football is the offensive lineman.
Yes, sir.
Tell me right now, what's your two favorite things to do on the offensive line?
Pull and down block.
Pull and down block.
Yes, sir.
All right, so I got a lot of hardcore sports viewers, but they may not know the intricate details of pull and down block. So let's start with a pull.
All right.
So tell us what you got to do when you pull.
So there's two different types of pull. So there's one where you seal, and then there's one you kick.
Okay.
My favorite one is probably kick. So there's 5-0 linemen. Play starts, the backside down blocks, pull play side, they pull. There's usually an end right here. You kick him or he'll squeeze, so you log him. But you kick him out, the tackle fits inside of your block, and then the running back just takes to the house basically with his block.
So I always told my guards when you're kicking out, right? Typically you're kicking out on counter trade, right?
Yes, sir.
So there's no better feeling in the world than being a pulling guard who's going to kick out, and that defensive end is looking upfield and doesn't see you coming.
Yeah, you just get to ear hold.
When you see the side of his helmet and not his face mask, that's a good feeling, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
All right, what's the best kick out block you've ever laid on somebody?
I don't know. I'd have to go.
You have to go
look
watch
for
some
it.
film? Okay,
Yes,
I'm
sir.
sure there's been plenty.
Yes, sir.
All right, now what about a down block? Tell everybody what a down block is.
All right, so down block is basically just the other side of a play where the guard would kick. So that guard's kicking, so you down block, and usually my favorite one is where the nose they're in an odd look, and it's a nose on the center. The center's going to block back to the end, so you just get to ear hold the nose, because sometimes they'll be looking back in the backfield, they won't even see you.
What a perfect lead-in to defensive tackle Luke Gambs, senior 3-year starter, and we're talking about defensive tackles better not run up field, or guys like this are hitting you in the side of the face, aren't they?
Right.
Awesome. So, all right, so that's perfect. So tell our fans the job the defensive tackle has to do when the ball snapped.
Ball snap. The defensive tackle, I think, has to be the most physical player on the field. I mean, your job is to read the guy across from you and hit him as hard as you can every play. So that's our job, and then find the ball, get to the ball. But usually, lots of times, especially in high school, you're in a double team situation. So pre-snap, you have to do a lot of determining of, where you're lined up and who's coming at you and what you're going to do with that.
And no one on the football field at any level gets double teamed more than a defensive tackle. And so a lot of times what the defensive tackle's responsibility is to maintain. You've got two guys that look like this, hammering you, and you got to hold your ground and not let them get on a linebacker, so the linebacker can then make the play.
Right.
And so when a defensive tackle fights through a double team and makes a play, you realize just how hard you guys are working.
Right.
And I'll tell you, years ago when Mike Tollison, the defensive line coach from the University of Texas, was recruiting one of our players at Haltom, he would always say the hardest position to recruit is defensive tackle. So you're playing the toughest position on the field according to a legend in college football. So that's awesome. Let's talk. You're coming off an injury?
Yes, sir.
Cleared to play for district.
Yes, sir. Cleared this morning.
Cleared this
100%.
morning. All right, congratulations on that.
Appreciate it.
All right, opening up district play with Abilene Cooper. They're going to have to contend with you being back on the field. Talk about the team's mentality as we prepare for district play and starting up against Abilene Cooper.
District is huge for us. We've had some tough games, some close games, and we've been put to the test. So I think physically and situationally, we're ready. We've seen everything. We've been through it, but it's going to come down to us preparing for the games. And we come out with the two of our toughest games in district, and coming out with a winning both those games would be huge.
Absolutely. So start with Abilene Cooper, and then Mekhi. We go down. We got to play Abilene Wiley. They're coming to us. So talk again from an offensive standpoint, what we're working on during the bye week, what you guys are thinking about as we get ready to start district play.
Basically, we're just working on us, working on keeping everything polished, getting everything perfect, and just playing our brand of football, basically.
So from an offensive lineman standpoint, last week against Stephenville, tough loss, incredible game. I got to listen to it on the radio here in Wichita Falls. Jordan Gibbs had a breakout night.
Yes, sir.
Probably the best night of his life playing football, and really grew up. Talk about being on the offensive line and having the running back go through that where he's all of a sudden he's just playing amazing. What was it like in the huddle? What was it like? What was the atmosphere like on the field and on the sidelines when you guys realized you're setting Jordan up for just a marquee night?
It was exciting. It felt good seeing him so excited and knowing that what we're doing is getting him where he wants to be and stuff. And everybody's working hard, and it looks good.
Yeah.
And it's exciting. It makes you feel good.
No one talks about the offensive line when those guys behind you are rolling, do they? You know who watches the offensive line? The moms. Every mom that's got an offensive lineman, that's who she's watching. She could care less about that run. I promise you right now.
Yes, sir.
Moms, grandmas, and aunts, they're watching the offensive line. Coach Bindel, we're coming off 2 tough losses.
Yeah.
But they were amazing games. Talk a little bit about the team's mentality as we finished up district and the game against Lubbock Cooper and the game against Stephenville.
Well, you listen to these 2 guys. I'm really lucky. I think our coaching staff's really lucky. We have, first off, really good players, but you can just tell their football knowledge, how much they're focused and locked in just by their answers here. They're definitely hearing our message and kind of what we're preaching. And we just got to kind of get better. We schedule tough games like that so we can kind of find out where we are and what our weaknesses are. And we've continued, like Mekhi said, to focus this week on our bye week on things that we're not as strong as. And we continue to improve, and we will take it one game at a time. You know, we feel like every district game is a must-win, not just these first 2. And but we're going to take it one at a time. And we have great leaders. Luke is one of the best leaders that we've ever been around. Even when he's been out not playing, he's been a leader of the team and kept guys' spirits positive and been really locked in with the team, and that's been huge.
Well, one of the things that you and I talked about this a couple weeks ago, every year I've been here, you end up with 1 or 2 key injuries in non-district. It's been your quarterback, it's been your running back, it's been players that you count on, and yet it hasn't slowed your team down.
Right.
Other kids, talk about what your coaching staff preaches as these kids are coming through your program, so that when those injuries happen, the team doesn't lose its mind. They don't give up.
Absolutely. We talk about the next man up, and it's easy for coaches to say that, but the kids really buy into it, and I think it's just a mentality that these players have. When they get an opportunity to go out there, they're going to put their best foot forward. And you know, when a key player like Luke is out or Anquan's been out, not just one player has to step up. Everybody's got to step their game up to help those guys out. You know, when Jacob was out a few years ago, we had a bunch of guys step in and kind of fill the role. And so it's not just one guy stepping in; it's a team collective effort, and they've done a phenomenal job of that. And that's a testament to their character and how they are with each other's teammates.
Awesome. Well, you know, Mekhi, that's a pretty polished answer from a head coach. A lot of coach speak in there. But I understand you're an expert on some pretty famous Bindelisms and the way Coach Bindel carries himself at practice. I want to hear you impersonate the Bindelisms that you hear every day at practice and on the sideline. Give me a lowdown on what the man really sounds like when the camera's not rolling.
It's random. Like, the thing I probably hear the most is like somebody will like drop a ball, or like somebody will get overthrown, he'll be like, "That ball's out of here." And that's like, I swear it's like his favorite thing to say. I hear it every single day.
Is it like having an extra comedian on the field?
Yes,
Is it just jokes everywhere?
Yes, sir. But when it's not jokes, it's serious.
Oh, okay. It's not a joke. It's serious. You guys know the difference between when he's joking and when he's serious?
Yes, sir.
Now, what's the most serious you've ever seen the man?
I don't know. There's been a lot of times I can't even think of one.
Which is it? Is the intensity? Is it in practice with the coaching staff, or is it on the sidelines with the coaching staff? Where do you see the intensity of the coaching staff rise up?
On the sidelines.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
What's the atmosphere of a Rider sideline feel like for you guys?
It's hype. It's loud. It's everybody's locked in, trying to get everybody hype and stuff.
Okay.
It's a pretty cool experience.
Awesome. All right, Luke. You told me before we got started that you're planning to play some college football. Talk about some of the schools that you're interested in.
My main 3 schools I'm interested in right now is probably Abilene Christian, Central Arkansas, and Tarleton State.
Okay.
They're all great schools. They all kind of have the education that I want to pursue.
Okay, and you said kinesiology.
Yes.
And you thought about maybe becoming a physical therapist.
Yes, possibly.
Awesome. And what got you interested in that?
Being hurt really got me interested. I mean,
Well, how about getting healthy?
right. Well, the physical therapy process. Last year I came off a torn MCL, so I had to go through the process, and just seeing the way they work and what they do for people, it kind of made me fall in love with it.
And before you can do physical therapy, someone's got to take an X-ray. Mekhi, you said you were interested in radiology, right?
Yes, sir.
Tell us where you're planning on going to school.
I'm planning on going to Amarillo College to study radiology.
And you want to be a radiologist?
Yes, sir.
Well, you guys can open your own business.
Yeah.
And you can put pictures of your coaches from your high school days.
Don't forget the little people. When y'all make it, when you're big and rich, don't forget the little people.
Yes, sir.
Well, guys, hey, your time is valuable. I want to get you back in time for athletic period today. I appreciate you coming on. Abilene Cooper, Abilene Wiley, coming out of the bye week. I know both those schools are playing really well, and so wish you guys the best of luck. We look forward to seeing you on the field. Coach Bindel, good luck to you and the coaches. Thank you so much for coming on the show today, guys.
Appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
You bet.
Thank you.